started. So I'm gonna do a get ready with me where I tell you what it's like to be pregnant in 8th grade and high school. Anyway, so to start, obviously it is extremely scary seeing those 2 lines on a pregnancy test whenever you are in 8th grade and you're not even with the baby daddy at the time. I didn't know what to do. I was horrified that I just figured out that I was pregnant and the man that got me pregnant isn't even my boyfriend anymore. So a little backstory to that. We weren't working out for a little bit, so I ended up breaking things off with him. And then, like, I want to say 2 weeks later, I take a pregnancy test because we were talking, like we were having a conversation, and I was telling him how my stomach hurt and everything. Like, I believed to my core that I could not get pregnant. Like, I just thought I was infertile. And I feel like that's what every pregnant teenager says. They're like, I swear I was infertile. Like, so I take the test and we're waiting the 2 minutes and everything. He is at school. I'm home from school because I felt sick. So I'm just kind of waiting those 2 minutes, keeping him updated. He keeps texting me like, what's the results every 5 seconds, and I'm like, I don't know, like, give me a minute. So the line is there. Like, it is the darkest red line I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it was like screaming at me, you're pregnant. And so I call my cousin and I'm like, I just took a pregnancy test. It came back positive. What do I do? And she was like, OMG, like, okay, I'm gonna come get you and we can go to the doctor, right? So I call my mom up before we get there and I'm like, hey mom, like, can you make me a doctor's appointment for today? And she's like, why? And I'm like, just make a doctor's appointment, please. And she's like, I'm not gonna make it till you tell me. And I was like, I'll tell you whenever you get home. Please just make me a doctor's appointment. My cousin comes fix me up. We go to the doctor, take a sample of my pee, tell me I'll get my results back in 5 days. But she takes me home, hugs me goodbye, wishes me luck, this and that. And then I tell my mom, I want to say like 2 days later. I think my boyfriend came over on a Saturday, which was like 2 days later. And we both told my mom together about the fact that I was pregnant. Surprisingly, my mom, like, took it well. Like, I guess as good as she could take it. She didn't really, like, have anything bad to say. Like, what's done is done, you know? Like, I feel like if my mom was gonna say anything, like, it just wouldn't have meant anything because what's done is done. So for a while, I was actually really considering getting an abortion. I hate saying that because she's here now, so why would I ever want to abort her? Like, she's perfect and she's my daughter. But whenever it was like something that big to me, I was kind of like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I don't have a motherly bone in my body because I really didn't. Whenever I was little, I used to, but a lot of stuff had happened to me over the years before I got pregnant, so I just thought, I'm never gonna have kids. Like, I don't want kids. I don't want that responsibility on me. I'm never gonna be in the mental state for a child, like, ever. But I ended up having her anyway, obviously, and it was a good decision in my eyes. I think that me getting pregnant at 13 was not a good decision, but me keeping her was, for sure, because I don't think I could have lived with the guilt and everything of getting rid of her. I just don't think that that's me. I know that a lot of people can. I mean, some people don't even find it guilty, and some people can't get resources for that, and I totally understand if you want to get an abortion, because I was in that place once too, but I myself personally could not have done it. I just think that I would have wimped out, and we would have had to go to another state for nothing, because in my state abortion is not legal. But honestly, having her has made me so much of a better person. Like, I feel like a better person whenever I'm around her, and I've changed a lot. I am definitely not the same girl I was. And I mean, I'll have people point it out to me, like, Juliet, you've changed a lot. Like, you're so much more mature, this and that, and I'm proud of myself for that. But I don't think that it is a good idea to get pregnant as a teenager. I'll have people tell me, oh my gosh, you're giving me baby fever, this and that. Please don't. No. You don't want baby fever at this age. You don't want a baby at this age. You don't know how hard it is. It's extremely stressful. It's extremely hard on your mental health. My mental health really just went downhill the second I had her. Not because of her, but postpartum depression is a real thing. Your body really isn't even made to be pregnant at this age or give birth. But if you are, congratulations, because babies are a blessing no matter what circumstance you're in.
Bless her. Do you know what? I know a lot of kids are great teen mums. It's a big role to take on. Scary. Your body hasn't actually developed properly yet, and it's just the feeling of oh my god, people are gonna be nasty to me, they're gonna shame me. But I've seen a lot of teen kids who have had children now, and they're the most incredible mums. But you've got to think on her position. 14 years old, genuinely just basically starting to become a teenager. You're at school, there's loads of young children around you, your hormones are everywhere, and finding out you're pregnant at that age, it's so scary. I don't know anyone personally who got pregnant that young, but you just don't know what goes through their head when they find out, do you? Because you just want to give them a hug. When you're 30, it's different circumstances, you've gone through a bit of life, you understand your body's fully developed. And bless her, I just feel really sorry for her. Just listen to the first two minutes of it, and she's just sat there stressing, she's broken off with her boyfriend, as you do, 14, not many relationships serious. Oh, it is kind of scary. Genuinely, you're so young, and it's illegal to have intercourse at that age, but still, a lot of teenagers are just experimental now, and I think schools should really tackle down on protection, and I'm not dissing her in any way, shape or form. My opinion is very I've got no opinion on this. I just wish there was a lot more serious involved in schools, especially with mental health issues when it comes to this, because when a child finds out they're pregnant, the first thing they're ever going to think is, how am I going to do this? What are my parents going to say? I'm dead, and everyone's going to be nasty to me, and am I going to be a fit mother? And every single teen mother I've seen on TV or social media or videos like this, they're incredible, and I'm not ever dissing anyone who gets pregnant at that age, not judging, but I just wish there was a bit more, what's the word, lessons involved in schools.